Guys, welcome to the Faithful Chapter. My name is Treese, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today is a very special video, guys. I am so excited because I got my first ever book mail. Can you guys believe it? I just started this channel, so for someone to want to send their book to someone who's just beginning in this with this platform, I am so thankful. I'm grateful, and I am just like over the moon excited about this. I spoke with the author and his wife on Instagram, and they are so sweet, and they were so excited to send this to me. And you know, it really made me feel good because I look at a lot of the bigger platforms, and I'm not comparing, guys. I'm not, just trust me on this. I'm not comparing. I do look at a lot of the bigger platforms, and I'm like, you know, I know people want to send them books all the time, you know, and that's just something I want to do. Not all the time for free. I don't mind buying the books, but I just want to be able to share your work. I want to be able to, you know, highlight it. I want to be able to show people, bring awareness to authors who may not have the means or the ability to promote their work. Being a self-published author is hard. It is hard. I know so many. I tried back in the day and it didn't pan out. It wasn't working, y'all. But it is hard because you have to do everything on your own. You have to publish your book. You have to format it. You have to get people to edit it. I mean, it takes a lot of money, but the end result is just so rewarding. But I know, you know, when it comes down to the marketing side, it is hard because a lot of people like to overlook indie authors. I don't know why, because indie authors are amazing. There are some amazing indie books. Like, I just feel so sad that they're being overlooked, you know. A lot of the traditional published authors, you know, they get all the promo, they get all, you know, they get all the love. So, you know, indie authors gonna always have a place in my heart. That's just me. But let's get into this video and see what's inside of this package. I will also be recommending a few books that I found on Amazon. They are Christian. Some are Christian fantasy. Some are clean fantasy. I did find some through Threads. I did put up a post and asked the authors, hey, if you write any Christian fantasy, can you recommend your books? And that's something that I enjoy doing because, you know, other people can come on my post and, you know, find the books and stuff like that. So it's all about bringing awareness to these books, letting people know that, hey, we're here, we're writing, we have these books out in the world. I know there is a, you know, a thing with Christian fiction where people feel like it's cheesy or it's overly preachy, but they don't understand, like, Christian fiction, it has so many different avenues. You know, you have allegory, you have, you know, overtly outright Christian people put in God in their work. Then you have, it's different ways that you can, you know, express your faith through your books. Some of them have light Christian themes. Some of them have faith weaved throughout. Some of them are retellings. It's like so many different things. Like, I just wish people can see how awesome a lot of these books are. Like, I'm just starting to read them and I'm just starting to get into myself. I would admit I am one of the people who were like, yeah, Christian, it's just going to be preachy. It's just going to be, you know, them saying, oh, praise the Lord all day. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times people get turned off because they think that's all it is. But I encourage everyone to put those things aside and actually read the books, because you're gonna miss out on some really great work if you keep thinking like that. And you know, I'm always gonna be transparent with you guys. That was me. I did have, you know, the wrong type of thinking when it came to Christian fiction. So this is me on the road to correcting those thoughts. Y'all know. Listen, I am a big fantasy fan, so whenever I see Christian fantasy, I'm like, all right, now, y'all got to bring it. And listen, the books I've been reading have been bringing it, baby. They've been bringing it. So I'm going to share them with you guys, but first, let me get into this package right here. So, the author of this book is Zach Fox, and this is from Harvest House Publishing. So this book is Blades of Eternity and The Keeper of Peace by Zach Fox. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So this is book 1 in the series. So the blurb on the back reads, A Prince's Perilous Quest. 100 years have passed since the Keeper of Peace vanished. In hopes of restoring the missing governor to his rightful place atop the Keeper's Plateau, the King of Summer forms a secret search party led by his son, Prince Mel. As the group encounters many dangers, Eva, the Princess of Winter, shares a secret with Mel about a mysterious masked prisoner known as Inmate 36. Could this be the man the king sent them to find? And if so, how can the prince's party rescue this curious convict and escape under the evil eye of Eva's father, the King of Winter? Now listen, I love me a good seasonal book. And then you have the King of Summer and the King of Winter. Like, I love that. I'm so excited to read this book, guys. And it says that the author, Zach Fox, he is actually a youth pastor at Gospel Lighthouse Church in Floyd, Iowa. Look at that. We have a youth pastor. That's amazing. So it did come with something inside. And it says, hey there, so this book made its way into your hands. Lucky book. I'm grateful you're willing to give it a peek. I can only hope that after reading it, you feel I've repaid you. Aw. If it resonates with you, please post about it. Aw, I love that. He said, thanks for giving his story a shot. Come on. Isn't that beautiful? And of course, I will definitely give it a review because I am so excited to read this book. Look. I forgot all about y'all over there. I don't start it, huh? But yeah, this one is this is one that I've been anticipating and waiting on. I was trying to get to the map so I can show you guys. This is the First Heaven. Oh. And listen, I've been reading about the First Heaven, the Second Heaven. Okay, I'm not going to say it right now. But this called the First Heaven. You have the moon, you have the eternal falls, and you have the different seasons, winter, autumn, summer, spring. I love that. The seasonal theming. Look at that. I love it. You have the seasonal theming. Ah, look at that. Trying to see, make sure you guys can see it. I love it. I'm excited. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments if you guys want to check this book out. I'll make sure to link it below so you guys can go ahead, check it out. Make sure you guys buy it. You know, support. I love this. Okay. So, once I read that one, I will come back and do a review video with you guys and let you guys know how I liked it. And I already know I'm going to love it. But I was going to let you guys know, you know. So we're going to continue on and I'll show you guys some of the books that I found. So I wanted to recommend you guys a few of the books that I did find on Amazon that are categorized as Christian fantasy. I'm not sure exactly what deem it Christian fantasy. I don't know if they say, you know, God in the books. I don't know if it's outright like, you know, they're speaking about their faith and things like that. That was just a disclaimer because I haven't read these books yet. One of them I am currently reading, so I will talk about that. But I haven't read these yet, so I can't tell you exactly what's inside of the books. These are just the blurbs that I'm going over with you guys. And like I said, I did find them categorized as Christian fantasy, so do keep that in mind if you read them and you feel like they weren't or they didn't, you know, meet your standard for what you feel like Christian fantasy should be. You know, that's your opinion and you're entitled to have it. But I'm just letting you guys know what I found. So the first one that I found on Amazon was called Darkfell. And I'll pin it here. I'm going to read just a short piece of the blurbs because the blurbs do get lengthy on these books. Because, baby, they want you to know everything going on so you come over here and read them. But I'm going to read just a short part of the blurbs for the books that I am recommending today. I'm just going to do half of the list that I have, and I'll probably, you know, recommend the rest of them in a later video. So for this one is Darkfell, and it says, for years, Tom Darkfell has used his cartography skills to advise Lomer's king of the country's shifting borders. A valued academic, Tom is excluded from the military drafts until whispers of dark abominations and mass casualties reach the king's ears. The resulting conscription thrusts Tom into Lomer's losing army. A realist, Tom ignores the wild myths circling the ranks until a monster's jaws snap through the folds of reality and crush a man before Tom's eyes. Wow. With his dying breath, the realm walker passes an impossible task to Tom. Come on now. And it says, hours later, the visions begin. The creator, a deity Tom knows only from rituals spoken over meals and graves, appears to him. So that one did sound pretty interesting to me, and I am going to get to read it. I have a long TBR, guys. I found some great books. Like, I feel like everybody should be, dabbling over here in the Christian fantasy world. I have found some really great books, and that one is called Darkfell. So the next book I have on the list is by McKenna Song, and it's called Among the Fallen. And this is a book I'm actually currently reading right now. It is really good so far. This was recommended to me by her on Threads. And like I said before, guys, I'm always on Threads. So if you guys want to rec your books, if you guys, have any books in mind that you want to recommend, you can always leave them here in the comments. Or if you want to, you can leave them over on Threads. I do have a pinned post for all the book recommendations on my page. But this one is called Among the Fallen, and I'm going to read you guys a little bit of the blurb. So do keep that trigger warning in mind. If that's something that you can't handle while you're reading, I did want to let you guys know that that is in the book. So this is a clean YA fantasy adventure. Accused of a crime that he didn't commit, Lucien Roux is on the run from his hometown, Calem, a rural village concealed deep within the sage's forest. Although carrying the weight of criminal record and the fear of an uncertain future, Lucien sees this new start as an opportunity to achieve his one and only dream, which is freedom. His freedom, however, comes at a terrible cost, a price that he may never be able to pay. Luckily, Lucien isn't alone. In the company of delusional goddess trapped in a mirror and snarky peer in passion for swords, Lucy embarks on a prophetic adventure to not only figure out the true identity of the evil entity inside him, but also break the chains binding him once and for all. So that's another book that I got recommended by the author. And she is such a sweetheart. I talked to her on Instagram as well. I love reaching out to the authors and talking to them about their books because, it's just the passion behind it. Like, I love to hear people get so excited about talking about their books and things like that. So she's one of the ones that I did talk to about hers. So the next book that I am going to share with you all is called The Dreamkeeper Saga. So for this one, this is a middle grade book, just to let you guys know. So even though she's only 12 years old, Lily McKinley already feels the weight of the world's brokenness. She sees it in her mother's exhaustion, her grandmother's illness, and the cruelty of Adam, the bully at her school, but most tragically, she experienced it 2 months ago when her father died in a terrible accident. As an artistic daydreamer, Lily has a brilliant imagination to help her cope, but her imagination often gets her in trouble. One day, it transports her to a fantasy world called the Somnium Realm, where her father's secret history embroils her in an epic quest. Lily battles evil shrouds, harpies, and other creatures to find her way through grief, rescue the world from evil, and discover the power of redemption. So this one has Christian themes in it. So it says this exciting story invites readers into deep conversations about the gospel and theological issues, including faith, mourning, sacrifice, salvation, and redemption. So that's some of the things that will probably be in the book, so you guys do know. And that one sounds really good too. I love anything like, dream type, dream walker type things and stuff like that. I love things like that. So the next book I wanted to share to you all was recommended to me by the author, and this one is called The Wall by Brian Penn. So this blurb reads, escape to a world divided by a wall where the promise of eternal life comes at a deadly cost. In the year 2099, the United States is torn apart by civil war, and Asher, a contraband smuggler, must navigate through a dangerous game of secrets to reunite with his beloved on the other side. But when he discovers the true intentions of the powerful Lazarites, Asher is forced to join the Defiance in a rebellion that will determine the fate of both sides of the wall. Will he risk everything, including his soulmate, to expose the corruption, or will he succumb to the allure of immortality? So this one is a gripping action thriller romance with powerful themes of sacrifice and faith. So it says for fans of Divergent, The Hunger Games, and Red Rising, this will be a book similar to those. And if you like those books, this will be something that you probably would love too. So do give this one a try. So the next book that I'm going to share with you guys is called Raising Dragons. And if you are a fan of dragon books, I feel like this author will be great for you guys because he has a lot of books in reference to dragons. So the book that I'm recommending is book 1 of 4 of The Dragons in Our Midst. And he has a whole another series of dragon books that I'm going to share at a later time. So if you guys want to check out this author, if dragons is your thing, make sure you check this one out too. So this one is called Raising Dragons. It says, a boy with fiery breath, a girl with dragon wings. Outcast Billy and Bonnie must come together to preserve a secret legacy more than a millennium in the making. They find their lives turned upside down when they are thrust into a war against evil, a war they didn't even know was being waged. Their newly formed friendship is tested and shaped as they are forced to fight a malevolent slayer who wields a powerful medieval weapon and is intent on exterminating their dragon heritage forever. So this is big book one in the gripping Christian fantasy series. So it combines magical world building with biblical themes of courage and using your God-given strengths to overcome challenges. I just was absolutely in love just from the blurb. So I'll be starting this one immediately after I'm finished the other two that I started. So this will be the next book that's in line after I do Keepers of Peace. So I'll be coming back to review both of those books with you guys. I'm excited because I love anything with dragons. So this one I was really excited about. He also has another book called The Last of the Nephilim. Listen, I'm trying my hardest because I love anything like mythological, anything. And y'all know I'm transitioning. I'm transitioning, y'all. So I'm getting away from all those other type of things. But I love anything that's biblically rooted that has like beasts and things like that in them. So like when it comes to, not saying that I worship those type of things because I want to make sure I make myself clear. I just like to read it, the fantasy aspect of it. So this one is called Last of the Nephilim. So Second Eden is no longer safe. Powerful Nephilim giants have invaded the heavenly sanctuary nestled in a secret dimension untouched by lies or chaos. As Earth and Hades spiral toward a cataclysmic convergence of their two realms, the prophet Enoch rallies an army of faithful dragons, humans, and oracles of fire to fight the Nephilim. But when the founder of the Second Eden, Father Abraham, uncovers the wicked lie that opened the portal, he's forced to make an impossible choice to restrain the forces of evil hurling towards the gates of heaven. Now, I know I did this one backwards, and this is why, because this is actually book 3 of the series. So the series is The Oracles of Fire. So there's 4 books in the series, but I just wanted to share this one with you because I got so excited when I saw it. I was like, I want to do the Raising Dragons, but now I think I'm going to skip over to the Oracles of Fire series because I'm like all in, y'all. I'm all in. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to wreck the first book in the series, which is called The Eye of the Oracle. So this is by the same author. Now this is the 3rd book I'm recommended by him. I have never read him. I don't know his writing style. I don't know nothing about him, but I found these books and I was so intrigued by them. I was just like, okay, I'm ready to dive in because these are my type of fantasy books. So this is the book 1 in the series. So this is the beginning. So spanning from the time of the flood to the Tower of Babel's destruction, the dragons, Makados, the Gosha, and their children guard the tree of life and the Garden of Eden against evil. When the sinister sorceress Morgan raises an army of Nephilim and genetically engineered slaves, she doesn't expect her most intelligent creation to find the light of Elohim for herself. Can you guys look how it starts, the first book. Look where we starting at, guys. Tower of Babel, Eden, like mind blown. But I'm excited to start this series. Like I'm jumping in. But I just wanted to tell you guys about those 2 books because I was like reading them. I was just like, oh my God, because I do like reading the Book of Enoch. I know it's not, biblically canon. I know there's a lot of controversy about the Apocrypha. I'm not going to get into that discussion, but I do like the Book of Enoch because I love to go more into, what happened in the beginning. So that's just me. That's just my opinion. I don't know. You guys read Enoch, let me know. Let me know, y'all. But those are a few of the books that I am going to be reading. So, I just wanted to share them with you guys. If you guys find any of these books interesting, if you guys find any that you like and you are going to read them, can you let me know in the comments which ones that you feel, you're most led to read or, just holla at me in the comments, y'all. But I'll see you guys in the next video. And I thank you so much for stopping by. I thank you so much to all my new subscribers. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.